Everybody, what is going on? How y'all doing out there? And welcome to Uncle C's Lounge in the Friday brunch. We were a little late coming on today. I apologize, but life happens, and sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Anyway, your uncle is here. Thank you for joining us. As you come in, please don't forget, hit the like button. We appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to Uncle Steve's Lounge, we want you to do it. We're here to talk about a week from Sunday. We are almost here. This weekend, you kind of whet your appetite with a little bit of college football and things like that. Nice little holiday weekend. Spend that extra day with your wives and your husbands. So when you get a chance next week, when it's go time, you've already spent that quality time with your significant other. So whatever you do this weekend, if you're a football fan, do all your chores, clean the house, get the honey-do list checked, do everything you need to do, because next week is going to be on. So I don't want to hear all the excuses. Oh, baby, but you said you were going to do it. Take care of it this week. Take care of it this week, because you know good and well you're going to get tested. The test will be, can you do this right quick at 12:45, right before the game? Or better yet, at halftime. Oh, it's halftime. Can you go? And you're not going to want to do it. So I'm telling y'all this week, take care of your significant others. It's important. It's vital. I hope everyone is enjoying this cloudy Friday down here. It's better than the rain we got on Tuesday. And just shout out to all those folks down in Florida and in Georgia, and hope everyone is recovering from. I think that hurricane kind of popped up on everybody a little bit and caught us, and we got a little bit of rain. I don't even think that rain was associated with it the first day, but just hope everyone is doing well, and prayers out to those who have to do a little bit of reconstruction down there, because it was some pretty good damage. Let's get into the topic this week. So we are 9 days away from the home game for the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. Just trying to see what everyone's doing. I am very interested to see how everyone is planning out. Now, I know there are a lot of you that's going to go to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and that's great, and that's awesome. I want to hear from you as well. Are there some tailgaters out there? Do you guys get started early? Do you get into your routine and get things started that way? Or are you just going to have a house party, maybe a house party, and bring some fans over and y'all chill out and celebrate the Falcons' first win of the season at your home? Or do you just, hey, jump in your man cave, turn on the TV, do what you need to do, and just be to yourself in solitude while you watch Bijan Robinson in the game run all up and down the field on these Carolina Panthers? I'm just interested to see what everyone's going to do. Personally, I will be at the stadium, as I usually am for most home games. I think I've missed a home game. I think last home game I missed might have been pandemic-ish. I just didn't go during that particular year. Not phobic, just save my money for the next year. But what are you going to do? What's everyone going to do this year? I'm very interested to hear how everyone kicks off the season, because it is different. It's a different vibe. Everyone's 0-0. The expectations are high. Everyone thinks their team is the team to beat in the playoffs. So this is the opportunity for you to express yourself in a way where you say, hey, listen, we're on deck now. And how do you get into that first game? How do you dig deep? I don't have to hype myself up too much. I'm already hyped. I'm hyped. I was hyped in March. So it doesn't take a whole lot. But I want to see how everyone else is doing. Again, as y'all coming into the lounge, y'all make sure y'all push the like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button for me on YouTube. Even if you're on Facebook, Let me hear from you. Let me hear what y'all got to say as far as this game is concerned this week. Would love to hear the thoughts of those of you out there in Atlanta, Falcons land. We start off by talking to my brother John Brooks. Welcome into the lounge, sir. Say my week one plan is for us to win. That's my plan. Okay, I hear you. Bubba Gump, what's going on? Bubba says, I don't care how. I just want to beat the out them. A great welcome to the NFL for little Bri. I hope it turns out that now. I hope we give Bryce Young all he can handle in that first game. I hope we do. Francis Washington is in the house. Thank you for joining us in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Happy Friday, Uncle Steve and Falcons family. We appreciate it. My brother David Starks is in the lounge. What's up, Steve? Week one plan, ribs, chicken, potato salad, coleslaw. Ooh. I might have to skip the game and go over there, Dave. You pull up some plasticware, brother. I'll be over there. Marina Lopez is in the house. Thanks for joining us in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Happy Friday. Rise up. The anticipation is killing me. Ritter days away from kickoff, man. I'm trying to tell you, it's a different vibe now. And, you know, we whet our appetites a little bit with college football, a little bit yesterday, except for you who had Spectrum. Long story. Did a big kickoff in college tomorrow, like first full week of college football. I have a college football question to ask you guys once I get through all of this right quick. Talking to my buddy Rusty's in the lounge, said, man, these Falcons better not have me stressed out week one. That's all I know. And Rusty have to take those hometown bullets too, because he's in enemy territory up there. So I know he's out there looking out for the birds in his neck of the woods. Nephew is in the house. Armani Newsom, what is going on, sir? Thank you for joining us in the lounge. As usual, I appreciate you. Anthony is in the house. What is going on, sir? Thank you for joining us in the lounge. Billy is in the lounge as always. I always appreciate y'all coming in. Again, as y'all come in, make sure y'all hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Get this thing on out there so we can let everybody know what we're doing and how we doing it. This is how we're going to do it every week. Next Friday this week, first picks of the year. We'll know the results of the Kansas City Detroit game. This time next week, week one picks from Unc. And this weekend, hopefully Sunday, this weekend will be the famous Uncle Steve's Receipts. In other words, your on-the-record pick for the Atlanta Falcons. 53-man roster is out. I know we're making a couple of little twerks here and there, but nothing serious. What's your call? You got to call it. September 1st. What do you think? 9 days away. What's Falcons record? Falcons record. We'll do that Sunday, not today. We'll do that Sunday. Save that energy for Sunday. I know everybody will be chilling. A little bit of college football on Sunday. I know big LSU game is Sunday night. So right before the game, we'll get on here. G is in the lounge. How you doing, man? I am excited for the new season, G. Join the club. I am right there with you. Rusty said me and Aiden going to be sitting in the recliner watching the game. Poor kid going to be raised to be a Falcon fan. Please pray for him, man. Aiden is going to grow up right, man. That boy he getting big, man. Seems like Stephanie just had him. I was looking the other day and I saw one of your pictures. I was like, good grief. Man, all prayers and health, good health to him, man. Aiden is going to represent us well. Mills 1967 is in the house. The time is here. Time to get down to business. Absolutely. Dickwan Kid is in the lounge. How you doing? Say, I'm having a game opener party. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm telling you, if this was an away game, that's the route I would go. We used to do that all the time. Anytime the Falcons would start on the road, we would always have something over the house. But since they're at stadium, I'll be there. Hopefully most of you, if you're not there, rooting away from home, man. And I'll probably be on live right after the game. I'll figure out exactly what time, but we'll see. Four-star Falcon, what's up? Thank you for joining us in the lounge. Say, what it do? Happy Friday. Almost there. Yes, we're almost there. We have a chat in the house. I appreciate the super chat here. My brother Greg is in the house. Greg from Custom Kicks. Hey, y'all. We're running out of time. Y'all make sure y'all get with Greg if you want your custom kicks for this game coming up. He can do it for you. I think he got about a week turnaround, so you right on it right now. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. Make sure you get your kicks in there. So what's up? Oh, glad to support when I can. My brother throwing a get-together for the first time. Oh, man, that's awesome. I'll be there wearing number 97. Hey, what did I do with my Grady jersey? I have my Grady jersey over there. So trust me, I know how the Grady stuff go. That's a good one to wear. Armando said, this is my last year being active duty, transitioning into the reserve. Oh, congratulations, brother. May or may not catch a game this year. I'll be watching here in Virginia and supporting from my condo, grilling everywhere. He had to say condo to let us know he live in large. But we feel you, nephew. You do your thing up there, man. You do your thing. But I'll DM you later on. We'll get together on a couple of after game things. You know how we do. I'll talk to you. Smart Ride in the house. Say great show up. My son and I will be ordering wings. Ooh, Lord. And ribs, watching with an optimistic eye. Talk is over. It's showtime, man. Need to pin this comment up. It's over. All the hype, all the March, all the April draft, all the OTAs, training camp. When them folks come back from the Labor Day weekend, it's business time. Injury reports, all that good stuff. It's time. It is time. Anthony says, I'm going to that Tennessee game. I already got tickets. I'm going to be really curious on how we do against Arthur Smith's old team and how much we've improved by them. I'm so ready. That makes two of us. I think Tennessee might be a good measuring stick. I'm glad you're going to get a chance to go to that game. Could be a possibility on my list, but we'll see. Winston Thornton, one of the mainstays in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Thank you, sir. What's going on? Chat, smash that like button, and I appreciate that. He is correct. If you get a chance, please, on YouTube, please push the like button. If you're on Facebook, hit the like button for me. If you're on Facebook and have a YouTube account, switch it over for me for about 15 seconds. Hit that subscribe button. So next week, when we have at the stadium live action, you'll be able to jump in with us. Millie says, all that evaluation is finally over. It's go time now. Love it. Johnson's in the lounge. What's going on? I'm late. No, you weren't late. I was actually late. So no, nobody's late today. As long as we all here, we appreciate you coming in here, man. I was late today. Big time, and I apologize again. Atlanta supporter is in the lounge. What's up? Ready for some rings? Atlanta Falcons and Atlanta Braves and Atlanta Hawks. Man, the Braves, boy, they snuck one out of their behind yesterday, boy. They almost gave that bad boy away, but they hung on. The best team in major leagues with a great win last night against the Dodgers. And when I say it went down to the last strike, it went down to the last strike. Facebook user is here. What's going on? Say, watching at home on the laptop when one of the nice Falcon fans streamed the game for us. Now, Atlanta Bird Gang, I'm not even sure. I'm going to have to check and see how they're going to do that this year. Y'all know, Facebook has kind of been cracking down on a lot of that stuff recently, but I know we have the game streams where everybody can kind of comment into the game streams as well in Atlanta Bird Gang, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Q is in the lounge. What's going on, Q? Good to see you. Happy Friday to you, man. Thanks for joining us in the lounge. Millie Mills says, I'm definitely watching Colorado versus TCU tomorrow. I gotta see this. That is actually the question I'm going to have. I'm going to get through a couple of these comments, and we're going to go back to that particular game. The Dixon Way, that is Larry and Shonda doing their live reaction from All Atlanta Sports. I know he was probably having a fit yesterday up until that very last strike as our brother Iglesias finally got the strikeout with what we had, first and second on for the Dodgers. I want to say blew a 6-run lead, but it's the Dodgers. We got to understand those cats are not going to give up. So that was actually a very good test for them. Y'all make sure y'all check out the Dixon Way on YouTube. Hit them up. Lisa Shepard is in the house. Hey, Lisa, what's going on? I know you are ready. I don't even have to ask. Miss Latoya is in the house. How you doing, ma'am? Said 1 week to go. Rise up. I hear you. Q says, ready to have my wings and a smile on my face on Sundays. You right on it, Q. That's what you got to do. Facebook user says, in Puerto Rico, they don't do the NFL. Hardly see anyone wearing a football jersey. You know, is that you, Mike? Mike, if that's you, I cannot see your name, but I'm going to give a shout out to Island Mike if that is him. Island Mike was kind enough to send me some treats that I have I have gone through. I'm ashamed to say probably about a third of them. And he gave me a lot, so... But Mike, if that's you, man, and I can't see you, man, I appreciate you, brother. That was it is. It's not even over yet, but oh man, I might have to kind of check you out to see where you got some of that stuff from. It was really good, especially the ones that look like the moon pies. Really awesome. Lisa said next Friday is the kickoff rally, ready to turn up. Yeah, I know they're gonna have a lot of rallies coming up. What is the thing called? I don't. Get me started. Tell me what it is, Lisa. I know it's on there. James, what's going on? Thank you for joining us in the lounge. Hey, cuz, what is up? Facebook user says, appreciate you, Uncle Steve. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for joining me every Friday. Every Friday for the Friday brunch. That's when we'll have our picks for the week. Every Monday afternoon, we'll have the Monday Minutia, where we digest what just happened that weekend. Hopefully, we'll be talking about a win about a week and a half from now, about 11 days from now, we were talking about a win over the Carolina Panthers. We'll do that every Monday. So y'all make sure y'all check it out. And this weekend, again, we'll have the receipt show probably on Sunday. I'll let you guys know. Rusty says, I feel like I have a good idea of what we are going to get from Dez. I'm really excited to see Barry Sanders reincarnated. Yeah, talking about Bijan. That'll be fun. Larry says, 25 watching, only 13 likes. Hit the like button, people. Yes, I appreciate that. Please hit the like button if you can. If you push the button to get on the live, just do me a favor and hit that for me. I don't ask for a lot. I appreciate you. Kimmy is in the house. Say, I will be at the Arizona game here in the desert. Yeah, I know you're going to be there, man. And listen, if you guys had some decent flights, man, I would love to come to that game. Because that's one of those games that we should run all over because Arizona ain't got nothing this year. They still trying to decide who their quarterback is. Coach sit there with a straight face talking about competitive edge. Man, you don't have anybody. Joshua Dobbs? Really? Thank you, Atlanta supporter. Appreciate you. Lisa says, shout out to Ronald Acuna, making history. First player ever to have 30 home runs and 60 stolen bases. Awesome. Awesome. Mike's in the house, says, if you need any more, just, oh, brother, you know I will. Like I said, I appreciate you. Brandon, what's going on, Brandon? Thanks for joining us in the lounge. Say, I'll be at the game, tailgating at somebody's $40 tailgate. And it's going to be plenty, man. If you live in Atlanta and you go into the game and, boy, you start right there at Pascal's, work your way down, which is me coming from the south side. I know they do a lot of stuff right across from the Orange Deck right in front of the MARTA station where they have a lot of people set up right there. They got rid of the little gulch, man. I don't think they doing stuff over there right where you turn where Magnum is. They kicked everybody out of there. Look like I don't know, maybe they're making some more parking or something like that. That used to be a live little area. I guess they're not going to do that anymore. So we'll see. Raymond says, what's up, Unc? 8 more days to see what Terry and Arthur done cooked up. Boy, I hope it's ready. Larry says, "Oh yeah, I had my unrallied cap on last night to keep the Dodgers from coming back on the Braves. I was stressed, man. When Muncy hit that home run, I said to myself, oh Lord. It's just like AJ just threw that thing dead center. And Muncy took it back. Oh man." Brandon said maybe even 50. I need a win regardless. Lisa said this team is hosting a kickoff rally at Atlantic Station at 7 p.m. Current and former players will be in attendance. Also, a performance by Atlanta's own T.I. He will be here. Brandon says Bijan will be must-see TV in Atlanta. I want to make sure I go back to Lisa's thing. 7 o'clock, Atlantic Station. Make sure y'all there. Tip will be in the house. I wanted to ask y'all too, in addition to talking about the Falcons, please continue to, as you're coming in, not only like the video, but to hear what you're going to be doing. What's your game plan for next week, game time? Of course, tomorrow kicks off full slate of college. I am very interested to see what happens with Deion Sanders at the University of Colorado and to see what he's going to do with the Buffaloes. Now, you know, he brought a lot of folks in from Jackson State, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little kind of worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. He plays a TCU team who the last time the nation saw them were still picking up all their waste from the ground from that behind kicking that Georgia gave them in the national championship game. So TCU gets to start at home. And you know as well as I do that them cats going to be mad. They want to prove to the world that that wasn't a fluke, them making it to the championship game. And I think Deion is going to be the sacrificial lamb. I understand he did a lot of changing in the portal, folks. I get that. That's the portal is the way things go now. Kids change up year to year, and more power to them to have choices and do what they do. But I just don't think this is Jackson State anymore. I think you are on a team right now that I think, from what I even looked at, they look kind of small. They look fast. They look kind of small. And you're going into enemy territory tomorrow. I think the last line I saw was 20 and a half. I think it's going to be ugly tomorrow for Coach Prime. And let me make it clear, I'm a Deion Sanders fan. Always been a fan of his. I've never embraced Deion as wholly as everyone else has because he left, and I understand why he left. But he was only here for, 5 years, 6 years, 5 years? And as much as he is the fabric of the Atlanta Falcons and their history, most of his success happened afterwards. He was prime when he left, but he was prime when he got to Frisco and won, Dallas and won, stuff like that. Can Coach Prime coach these young men to a winning record? I don't know. Maybe. But are we also fooling ourselves to think the persona of Prime, the upbeatness of Prime, and all of that can somehow transfer into every single individual with a Colorado Buffaloes uniform? I just don't think it does. Does this say I don't want Prime speaking to my youth group or speaking to a team that's about to win a championship and kind of tell them how things are supposed to be? Absolutely, I bring him in. But I just think tomorrow it's gonna get kind of ugly. I really do. I wish I could tell you differently. But 20 and a half, y'all. TCU by 20 and a half. For those of you who don't know gambling terms. In other words, in order for you to win a bet, TCU has to win by 3 touchdowns or more. So the question is, do you think Colorado will stay within 3 touchdowns of TCU, the defending national champion finalist? I don't know. I think it's going to be ugly. Marina says, I'm from Texas. I'm so sick of seeing this darn star everywhere. I need to find some like-minded folks with some good taste and common sense. Well, you came to the right place. I'm glad you came in here with us because we don't care about that star here in the GA. Here's my buddy Tiny's in the house. Atlanta Bird game. Please, y'all make sure y'all check out Atlanta Bird game tonight. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I don't know whether is it tonight or tomorrow night for the Waffle House. And I apologize for not knowing right offhand. But either way, whether it's the Waffle House, whether it's just Tidy and Mark or whatever combination you go, please make sure y'all go over to YouTube, hit the like button. Those of you already in the Facebook group, stay packed because he will always bring the passion and he'll be ready to bang. I don't know. I couldn't do it like you. Sorry, buddy. Say, check about Hedge. The Gulch was the spot. I love going down there and pre-gaming. Yeah, I know. That was kind of jacked up, man. Larry says, what a great fall season this could be for Atlanta sports. Braves in the playoffs, Falcons surprising in the NFL and college football. Yes, sir. It could be. I hope it is. David says, LSU plus Florida State. LSU may recover from a loss to make the playoffs, but if FSU loses, they're done as far as the college football. Not really, because if they run the table and can beat Clemson, I think they still work their way in there. They could. It's a lot of stuff going to happen before October, November. So I don't call them out. I'll say this: it has to be a competitive game. If Florida State plays a competitive game against LSU, win and lose, they can still run the table and beat Clemson and get in my opinion. G says, you're absolutely right, Steve. Colorado better bring the lunch pails tomorrow against TCU. Yeah, man. I don't know, y'all. I think it's going to get ugly. I think it is. I'm interested to see if somebody else thinks it's not. Millie says, I'm anxious to see his son play quarterback against real competition. And I think Shedeur is nice, but let's not fool ourselves. Excuse me. The support I have for HBCU colleges, period, is there. But it's just like I talk about my quarterback, Mr. Ritter. My support is there all day. I'm just not sure against this level, is he going to be able to do the job? I don't know. So it's fair. It's fair to ask. 7777 WCG is in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Thank you for joining us. I think Coach Prime has a beatdown coming tomorrow. Any team outside of a top SEC team is going to get manhandled by TCU tomorrow. See, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I really don't think it's going to be that close. Julie is in the house. Hey, Miss Julie, how you doing? I hope to see you a whole lot during the Falcon seasons. I know I will. She said, I hope you're wrong. I hope Colorado wins. And listen, I know that Coach Prime has a lot of fans out there. And I don't blame them. And that's fine. And it's cool. But as I always say, when it comes to the superstars that switch over to coaching or something like that, there is nothing about Deion's outstanding college and professional career playing wise that's going to help those guys on the field. What he teaches them could, but he's not going to be able to transfer his skills to a lot of the kids. And I think sometimes we get caught up in that. when he was playing for Jackson State, when he was coaching Jackson State, there was a lot of folks saying, "Oh man, Prime is coaching them now, so they getting ready to ball out." Well, of course you balled out, but then when it got tight in the championship games, couldn't rise to the level. Same team that Jackson State whooped up on last year for the championship. Was last year or the year before? They waxed them this year, but Deion couldn't do it. WCG says, no way TCU has blood in their mouth. That's more than anything else. This could have been a letdown game for TCU. It could have been, if it was a game where TCU didn't get the slop beat out of them on a national stage, then it could be a different story. But TCU realizing, if you don't think that's the mantra this week at practice for TCU, y'all do remember the last time, that's the coach telling them, y'all remember the last time they saw y'all, we were picking up our teeth off the floor. Stetson Bennett was running up and down the field. Brock Bowers was killing us. Ladd McConkey was killing us. Make sure this is not the team that comes up here week one. And then week one, who's there? Deion. Whew. And Deion, this ain't the last big game they play. Matter of fact, TCU is probably not even the strongest person on their schedule. You saw what Utah did yesterday to an SEC team? USC, Caleb Williams. You don't think he's licking his lips for that game? It might be a long year for Prime. Millie says, I think they will stay within 2 touchdowns, but probably will still lose. Okay. Brandon says, I'll take the over in CU game. Yeah, that's probably a good bet. I think they'll fight. Now, I'm not sitting here saying Colorado is not going to score and whatever, but I think TCU is a next level program. You don't do what they did without that. I got another super chat in the house. And I see my brother, Big Low Country Sports. What in the world, Bo? He's in the house. Thank you, sir, for the super chat. We don't do no Superman screams in here. We give you some, don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? We give you some real vocal talent in here. But if you want to hear mediocre vocal talent and some good sports content, you go to Big Low Country Sports. You want to hear silky smooth, you stay over here in Uncle Steve's Lounge. I know I'm not going to hear the end of that, so yeah. Oh, man. Back over here. Johnson says, I think they will keep it close. Okay. I'm probably not in that boat, but I hear you. I hope they do. I don't know. David says, not even looking at Prime and the Buffaloes get their behind kicked. He is going to need at least 3 years to recruit, transfer portal, only just won't cut it. And I think, David, a very good point in that is all the movement that everybody's talking about Prime doing this year. The only way that stays consistent with him bringing in people, they probably have to win this year or next year. They've got to win 6-7 games. I just don't see. I don't see 6 games on their schedule. Go to Colorado. Matter of fact, I'm talking about go to Colorado's schedule. Let me pull it up right quick, just out of curiosity. And I'm bringing this up, folks, not because by any means am I a hater of Colorado. I used to love Colorado when they were back in the Eric Bieniemy days and stuff like that. But okay, here is a schedule. I'm gonna see if I can bring this into the thing here. We're gonna share the screen. with Colorado. There we go. Let's see what we got here. Colorado's schedule. Let's bring it down. And then for the blind people in the house like myself, let's pump it up a little bit. Let's see what we got here. All righty. I still can't see that real good. All right, let me bring it up. Sorry, y'all. Senior moment. I'll bring it up one more. There we go. All right. All right. So let's look at that schedule real quick. They play TCU tomorrow. This is trying to get Deion 6 wins and possibly a bowl game. They have TCU. Nebraska, I'm like, they lost the other day to a team they probably shouldn't have lost to. Colorado State, that might be a win. I can probably pencil that in. But look at the rest of what's coming up. They got Oregon at Oregon, USC, and I don't care where they play. I don't think they're going to do that. Arizona State is not bad. They're not a bad team. Stanford is rebuilding. That could possibly be a win. USC, they're not going to beat USC in LA. Oregon State, they're not going to beat Oregon State. Then you end the year with Arizona, which could be a game. You're going to Pullman, Washington, to play Washington State. You're not going to win there. And you end the year with arguably one of the top 2 teams in the Pac-12 in Utah. It's going to be a struggle for them to win more than 4 games, y'all. It's going to be a struggle. Larry says, I think the Buffalo cover. TCU lost their quarterback, running back, wide receiver to the draft. It's not the same offense they had last year. And I know all of that. And I still think their second string can beat Colorado. TCU is not a pushover program anymore. I think when I hear people talk about how good Colorado is going to be, I think those are Deion Sanders fans. Ain't nobody thought about Colorado before Deion came in there. Nobody's thought about Colorado since the split national championship. Nobody has thought about them. That's why I'm asking. Brandon says, what's y'all favorite tailgate or game day foods? That's a good question. Game day food. If I'm at the stadium, I don't like to go in, because I'm at stadium. I can't do my ribs and stuff because I got stuff in my teeth and barbecue sauce might get on my jersey or something like that. So I don't do all of that. But if I am there, I like getting some nachos. I'm all about the nachos when I get there. Amari says, I'm ready for college football. I haven't been this pumped in a while. Amari, who's still licking his wounds from his Crimson Tide not being invited to the dance. But I think Alabama is going to be all right this year. They'll probably get to the Georgia game in the SEC championship, but Drew says, a week away, let's go get this dub. I hear you. Julie says, I'm more of, I can't stand TCU. Okay, I got you. I can hear you. She said, I am not waving a flag for Colorado. I just don't like TCU. Point taken, ma'am. David says, great point about transferring skills, Steve. Saying goes better the player, worse the coach, because they mostly don't realize that most of these players are not them. Absolutely. It's about the perception, man. Talk about that all the time, my kids. Perception. Brent says 1/4 of Southern Silk. Yeah, hey, listen. I've been waiting for him to. I showed up on him, Brandon. We tried to settle this Eddie Kendricks, little fight with us about who's going to be the lead singer. But every time he comes up, he come up a little short, man. He come up a little short. Facebook user say, what's up, Ump? Dave said not Luther. Hey, I tried. I didn't say I was Luther. I tried Luther. Oh man. Big Low Country says mediocre. I mean, okay. What's one step above mediocre? Lukewarm. I maybe go. I'll pump it up and say lukewarm. We'll go there. We'll go lukewarm about that. Oh man, Bigelow said I used to love Colorado when they had Cordell Stewart. Oh, I forgot he was on that team too. Cordell Stewart. It's a good team, man. Cordell was a bad boy when he was there. Westbrook. That was a nice team. But I mean, and that's the thing, Lo. Have they really been relevant since then? I'm trying to think of a year that we talked about any Colorado Buffaloes since, what was the year they split with Georgia Tech? 91? 90 something, right? Something like that. They haven't been relevant until Prime got there. So it is something to think about. Brandon says Colorado got a hard road to hoe, but Dion is built for it, and adversity makes you or breaks you. I'm not worried about what break Dion. I'm talking about what break the players. Look, it sounds good, and we'll see tomorrow. I have a friend about Billy. I don't know if Billy watching or not. Billy tells me, he said they're gonna come out there and beat down TCU. I was like, okay. Okay. I think that would be the equivalent of Tom Brady going to Vanderbilt and all of a sudden people just go there because of the Tom Brady mystique, transfer portal and everything, and you think the team is going to be great because the coach was great. That's why y'all notice that. And most of the time, and this is not even dogging Dion because he did a great job at Jackson State. But just because you were great in the NFL doesn't necessarily make you a great coach. We'll see. We'll definitely see. Now, again, do I want him speaking to my players? Absolutely. Other than that, I don't know. Excuse me. Amani says they're not a pushover program. They got smoked their last game with their veteran players. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Julie says I never thought about TCU either. Oh man. Brandon says RIP to Coach Kent Davis, proud Colorado Buffalo former player and alum. Rest in peace, my friend. Brandon said, I used to like Fox Brothers. Oh, yeah, Fox Brothers. Yeah, smoked wings and Frito pie. I never had the Frito pie, but I've had their wings before. Pretty good. David said, I have LSU winning the SEC West. Remember, no divisions this year. No divisions, right? Is that this year or next year? Or maybe that's next year. I thought it was this year. Maybe this is the last year. Anthony says, Uncle Steve, we need you and Big Low to finish that last song on the album together so we can drop the album and see who the lead singer is. He don't want that, Anthony. Let me tell you something. When we offered him an opportunity to split the royalties 25, 25, 25, 25, he was talking about he get 50 and we get the other split between the three of us. You know, that's too much ego, man. So what we done is we pulling out Teddy Riley and a couple of some producers. We gonna make them have the mixes where they can take his voice out. And then we gonna come in, finish up all the lead singing for him. He don't know that yet. But Amadi says, Unc said they ain't come to see you, Otis. Man, y'all never seen Temptations movie, man. Y'all, that's some of the funny and the crazy thing that they said that was real. They ain't come to see you, Otis. Oh, man. Chuck says slightly above. What's going on, man? Says slightly above average, not really worth mentioning. The 91 split chip with Georgia Tech. Yeah, and you don't hear anybody talking about that, but it is on record. That was back when they had the AP and the UPI. So on record, they actually do have a national championship. So we'll see. Marcus in the house. What's going on? Other half of the Atlanta Bird Gang team. What is going on, my friend? Said Travis Hunter putting on for Gwinnett County. Yeah, man, Travis did some great stuff down at Jackson State. Now, I will say this. I think those two guys are going to have a career. Shadur looks like, he'll be okay. I'm just talking about the other team, man. I don't know if they have really big boys at Colorado. But you're going to find out tomorrow, y'all. We're going to find out tomorrow. Shout out to Travis for representing the local area. Absolutely. Big Lo says, Steve is the lead singer, Anthony. Thank you, Lo. I appreciate that, brother. Facebook user says, Colorado's lucky to win 3 games. That's why I am. I'm right there with you. Yep. Anthony says, Florida got smoked by Utah yesterday. Yeah, don't let that 11 points fool you. They scored one of those touchdowns late. David says they split with Georgia Tech at 90. The 0-1, 0-3 teams were pretty good. I remember them beating Nebraska when they were number 1 by 26. Okay, I probably missed that year. Chuck says, we will see. Spurrier made South Carolina worth actually watching. Well, Spurrier had coaching pedigree before he went to South Carolina. He won the chip with Florida before he went to South Carolina. That's a little bit different. I know Spurrier was a Heisman Trophy quarterback. I know. He wasn't exactly lighting it up in the NFL. But he was a national championship winning coach before he went to South Carolina. That's a little different. This is Deion, notwithstanding the 2 years at Jackson State, basically saying, on my reputation, I can motivate these young men to win. I hope he's right, but conventional wisdom just tells me it's going to take a second. David said no division next year. My bad. I knew they had made an announcement about it, so it's next year. Got it. Larry says, I'm more of a Nate Dogg singer. Julie says, what about Big Ten? Yeah. I mean, you still got Michigan and Ohio State. I'm not ignoring them. And Penn State as well. They're all going to be in the mix. They will. Lisa Shepard said, you got that Big Low t-shirt yet? No, I don't, Lisa. I'm glad you mentioned that. I don't. And then Lisa, on top of that, right? On top of that, he trolled me at the content creator get together where he had the other brothers wearing the shirt too. Knowing good and well, all he had to do was hook a brother up and we wouldn't have this angst between us. But that's part of the reason why I'm going to snatch the mic too. Where he up there singing. I would do like, oh no, y'all might be too young to remember Motown 25 when Diana Ross came and snatched the mic from Mary Wilson. That was funny. I just aged myself. I know. But no, Lisa, he did not give me a t-shirt. Oh, mean Big Low. Mean guy. Jeremy, what's going on, sir? Said, wish I could be at the game, grilling for buddies at the house, and maybe splurging for Sunday ticket this year. It's going to be a fun year, boy. That Sunday ticket is no joke. And yeah, you're talking to upwards of with everything like $415, something like that. They trying to get you. So I understand that completely. But I know you'll be watching, Jeremy. I know you'll be there. WCG said, I can't think of one great former player that went on to be a great or very good coach in any sport. Pete Rose, if he wasn't gambling. but I'm thinking elite too. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about Tony Dungy. I'm not talking about people who just literally played in the NFL. I think what you're talking about, I think the same thing I'm saying, WCG, is a Tom Brady, a Peyton Manning, a Hall of Famer-ish type. Mike Singletary. Couldn't do it. Because I think what happens is most people, and it's not their fault because that's how they played, raised up, whatever. I think most of them think they can somehow magically transfer their skills down to those young men. They can motivate them, but can they transfer those same skills? I don't think they can. It'll be interesting to see who somebody's going to break the mold. Even Larry Bird, I think, came the closest. I think when he took Indiana to the did he take them to the finals or to the conference finals when he had Indiana? Might have been the conference finals. Somebody check me out on that one. Brandon says it was definitely real. David Ruffin was a piece of work. Hey, man. But both of them concede, though. So that's the one thing, you know. Nowadays, you could probably have a good way to figure that out. Back then, that was all real, man. G says that Otis line in the Temptations movie will forever be hilarious. Try to tell you. That classic, G. Brandon said y'all gonna be like New Edition. You got 3 lead singers and Smitty keep the melody. Smitty will be Michael Bivins. Smitty will be Michael Bivins. And see, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm probably like a disgruntled Bobby. Big Low think he Ralph. And I just tell him, say, no, I can do more than Mr. Telephone Man, Ralph. Low, I can do more than that. I was going to say Johnny Gill, but I ain't going to. Raymond says, didn't Colorado go through some penalties? Yes, they did have a probationary period. They did. They absolutely did. I remember that. You're absolutely right. Bigelow said, Lisa, don't get unstarted by that. Sherman, he did, though. Low, don't lie to the folks. You know. I was sitting over there. I came, y'all. I had a little A shirt on. I was coming there to the creator meeting. I was humble. It's like, hey, Lo, can I get a shirt, sir? You're like, no, you don't get no shirt. And then on top of that, look at all my boys with shirts. I almost cried going home. Almost. Bigelow says the Southern Silk split is going to be 40 his share, 25 Smitty, 25 Berto, 10% upseat. Hey, that's all good. That's all right. Like I told you before. Look, that's what they did to Bobby Brown. About 2 years later, it's my prerogative. Outshining them all. That's all right. Keep making them cuts down there. David said, now to my dogs, our schedule doesn't look daunting right now, but it will when it's time for the committee to vote. We should have 4, maybe 5 top 25 victories because South Carolina, Kentucky, Ole Miss in the top 25. Yeah, but Georgia cannot afford to lose one. Don't forget Tennessee, too. If Georgia cannot stumble this year because their schedule is not going to help them. They have to stay clean. They have to have a clean sheet going into the SEC championship. And I'm going to tell you what, if they have a clean, and I mean this just because, and it wasn't their fault, Oklahoma had to back out at the last second. But if they have a clean sheet and lose significantly in the SEC championship game, it still might be a hard road for them. It still might be. Larry says Spectrum Cable just lost Disney family of channels: ABC, ESPN 1 and 2, National Geographic, Disney 2. Yeah, that happened last night. I saw a lot of people complaining about who had Spectrum and couldn't see the ESPN game last night. You know, that's unfortunately how it's going to go. With 10 years from now, I don't even know about 10. 5 years from now, they're not going to be able to play people like that, though, Larry, because the rest of this world going to be streaming. Regular TV, direct TV, Spectrum, as we know it, is probably going to go away, in my opinion, because people are not going to pay $200 to get stuff that you can basically get on jailbroken equipment. Q said this ain't Space Jams. You can't pass talent. He said Dion got the golden football. Shador, Travis, put your hand on the football. That's funny. And then, by the way, did y'all see the second Space Jam? Man, I tried to watch it. And I'm not trying to tell you Michael Jordan was Denzel in the first Space Jam. But, man, that second Space Jam was not very good. And I don't know, maybe because I'm earlier generation, but I did not like. I didn't see it all the way through, but what I saw was definitely making me sleep. Big Low Country Sports says the question is, when Uncle Steve gets his What in the World Bowl shirt, is he going to hang it up in the locker room? That's a very important question. I was thinking if eBay was still available, I would probably be able to sell it on eBay for, I don't know, a couple of cents, 15, 20 cents. I might be able to get that on there. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We are going to figure this out. This is not going to be a fight and a battle that bleeds into the season. Big Low and I are going to work our problems out sooner than y'all think. I promise y'all. We promise you. Brandon says, love y'all work together, though. This is going to be a good this season. Yeah, man. This is all good, man. My brother Big Low and Smitty and Berto, man, we can't wait, brother. This is going to be so awesome. And y'all make sure y'all stay in our family, and don't forget our other folks. One Time for the Fan, Out of Your Falcon Mind, Pound for Pound, Twisted Torch. Probably it's too many that I hate when I start naming them because I start forgetting folks that are significant. But just make sure y'all spread the love, man. It's going to be a fun year no matter where you go for your content, man, because I think Atlanta is really going to be on the next level this year, Brandon. So please stay tuned for everybody. Larry says UGA can't lose with this week's schedule. The good news is my Dogs will not stumble. 3-peat in the coming. I hope so. I hope so. Anthony said, dang, Uncle Steve, they cut you like Felipe Franks, man. Don't be mentioning Felipe Franks, man. You're going to make me cry, Anthony. Why are you doing that, man? Don't do that. You know how to, come on now. I was good the whole stream, man. Now you got to get personal with Felipe, man. Free Felipe! Got rid of Felipe Franks. Notice, though, it's kind of interesting. A lot of people were thinking they were going to bring them back. I know they had injuries and stuff. A lot of people thought they were going to bring them back on the practice squad, him and Frank Darby. But I guess Falcons said enough of that. Brandon says, we went through the tough times this season. It's going to be big for content creators. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be awesome. Awesome this year. Can't wait. Can't wait to talk winning football, because I think that's what we're going to do. And matter of fact, I'll put it out right here before we even do the receipt show. I think we're going to be talking playoff football this year. for the first time in what'll be 6 years. I think we're gonna be talking playoff football. Mark my word. David says, I've cut cable. I'm YouTube TV now and the streaming services, saving $100 from what I was paying. Yeah, OJ. And I'm not putting her out there on Front Street because, I love my wife. I tried to get YouTube TV, man. My wife is not down with the streaming. And happy wife, happy life. I literally tried to talk her into it, man. She's like, we had it for 1 month. Now I kept the Sunday ticket. You can get Sunday ticket by itself, but I tried the little thing where you had the YouTube TV and Sunday ticket package, and I had to cancel that and redo the YouTube. But she's like, she need her direct TV. So I said, okay, it's all good. Out of your Falcon mind, the aforementioned great podcast with my buddies John and Mike in the house. Had a really good show yesterday with Dave and who else was it? I forget. I'm sure you're gonna tell me, but it was a great show yesterday. Y'all make sure y'all check out of your Falcon mind. They usually come on Thursdays. Please check them out during the season. G said, yeah, Space Jam 2 was so corny. Definitely wasn't good. Exactly. I didn't like it. Not at all. Q said I didn't like number 2 at all. Yeah. Larry says, come on, guys. Had 33 in the chat and only 14 likes. 14 likes? Come on. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Out in Falcon Mind said, we talking Space Jam. Man, I worked at Circuit City when that came out on DVD. It was on every dang day. Can't watch it again. Oh, man. That's it. Will McFadden, that's who it was. Will was on there. That's what it was. Yeah, from the Believe in Falcons podcast. And I see Will all the time on there. My apologies, Will. Sorry about that. But yeah, y'all make sure y'all check them out on there this year. Listen, y'all, Ump's got to get to work. Thank you for joining us in the Friday brunch. Don't forget, popping up probably this Sunday, we will have the receipt show in Uncle Steve's Lounge. You have your opportunity, for the record, to say what is going to go on with the Falcons this year, what their record would be. Will we make the playoffs? Will we not? Will we win the division? Will we not? Will we shock the world and make it all the way? We'll see on Sunday. Until then, everyone have a blessed Friday. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Again, we'll pop in and check y'all out. If not Sunday, definitely for the Monday Minutia. Y'all check us out. We usually go for 5 o'clock on Mondays for the Monday Minutia. Coming into the first week of the season. Let's do it. Y'all take care of yourselves. We'll see you then. Peace.